Child actress and model Milena Brandao, who appeared in the Netflix series Syntonia, has tragically passed away at the tender age of 11, leaving behind a trail of heartbreak and unanswered questions. The young starlet, whose smile could light up a room and whose performances captivated viewers even in her brief time on screen, died on Friday, May 2nd following a rapid and confusing illness. Her grieving parents, Thais and Louise Brandao, have been left reeling in the wake of her sudden death, which remains officially unexplained despite multiple hospital visits and alarming symptoms. From the moment Milena first showed signs of illness, her condition raised concerns. Her mother Thais told the Brazilian news outlet G1 that it all began on April 24th. Milena, who was normally lively, energetic, and full of joy, started experiencing persistent and painful symptoms. She complained of severe headaches, a sharp and unusual pain in her legs, overwhelming drowsiness, and a sudden loss of appetite. These signs, though alarming, were initially brushed aside by medical professionals. Hoping to find answers, her parents took her to see a doctor. What they got instead was a devastating misdiagnosis. She had a headache, but she could walk and talk, Thais explained. The doctor said it was dengue fever, but he didn't do any tests. He told us to take her back home and give her dipyrone, a common pain and fever reducer. This advice proved woefully inadequate. Milena's condition did not improve. In fact, it worsened drastically. Over the following days, her ability to move declined rapidly. She could no longer walk due to the immense pain in her legs. Her energy disappeared. She wasn't eating. Something was clearly very wrong. Still, when her parents returned with her to the hospital on April 26th, they were again told to take her home and let her rest. Then came the terrifying turn. 2 days later, on April 28th, Milena collapsed in the bathroom of their home. She fainted without warning. Panicked, her parents rushed her back to the hospital. There, Milena briefly regained consciousness. Her mother remembered the moment with painful clarity. She put her hand on her head and screamed in pain. Her parents were terrified. Something catastrophic was happening inside their daughter's body, but no one yet knew what. This time, Milena was admitted to the hospital. But the reprieve was short-lived. By the following morning, she suffered a cardiac arrest. The image of that moment is seared into her mother's memory. Her lip turned purple. Then they resuscitated her and intubated her. From that day on, she never woke up again. Thais recounted, her voice breaking under the weight of sorrow. Her vibrant, joyful daughter, who had once been full of dreams, laughter, and limitless promise, was slipping away before their eyes. A CT scan finally revealed what might have been at the root of Milena's condition: a 5-centimeter mass in her brain. The discovery was terrifying. But heartbreakingly, there was no neurologist on site to determine whether it was a tumor, a cyst, a clot, or something else. The diagnosis remained incomplete. Meanwhile, Milena's condition continued to spiral out of control. Her little body fought with all its strength, but she was no match for whatever silent force had taken hold of her. Her mother described the horrifying progression of events. She got worse, with 2 to 3 cardiac arrests per day. She had 13 arrests in total. She had never had that before. There was one day when she had 7 respiratory arrests. Sometimes they gave her massages, and other times they gave her shocks with a defibrillator. The hospital room became a battleground, and the doctors and nurses fought valiantly. But it wasn't enough. In the end, doctors declared Milena brain dead. Faced with an unbearable decision, her parents had to make a choice: keep her body alive with machines, or let her go in peace. Thais made the agonizing call. I said that if we were to let her little heart stop beating on its own, we would suffer more, and so would she, and we asked for the machines to be turned off. The final goodbye was one no parent should ever have to endure. On Saturday, May 3rd, Thais took to Instagram to share her grief with the world. She posted a touching tribute to her daughter, alongside a photo of Milena edited with angel wings and a halo. Her caption read, "An open letter to my little girl," and continued with words that laid bare the depth of her pain and the love she held for her child. On May 2nd, we lost our little girl, but I'm sure she's in the arms of our Almighty Father and in a beautiful place to play. The memories we spent together will remain in my memory, and I'll never forget your joy that was contagious to everyone around you. She poured her heart into the post, sharing the profound emptiness left in her daughter's absence. "My girl, I'm already missing you more and more not having you here, and I know I'll miss you even more in the days to come," she wrote. "You were the light in our lives, and I know that from up there, you'll continue to watch over us and light up our lives, and I'll love you forever, and you'll always be in my heart. I love you, my girl." Milena's story has sparked an outpouring of grief and sympathy across Brazil and beyond. Fans of Sintonia, fellow actors, and parents from all walks of life have expressed their heartbreak and outrage. How could a child with such visible symptoms be so easily misdiagnosed? Why wasn't more done? Why was there no neurologist available when she needed one most? These questions echo in the minds of all who have come to know her story. Many are calling for greater accountability in the healthcare system and increased awareness of the signs of neurological conditions in children. The tragedy of Milena's death is compounded by the potential that was lost. As a child actress and model, she had already made an impression in the entertainment world. Her role in Sintonia may have been brief, but it was impactful. She brought an authenticity and emotional depth to her performance that belied her young age. Off-screen, she was just as captivating. Bright, kind, full of life, and beloved by all who knew her. Her future was limitless. In the days following her death, tributes poured in from across the industry. Fellow child actors shared their memories, noting her kindness on set and her infectious laughter. Directors and producers spoke of her professionalism and potential. Fans of Sintonia posted screenshots of her scenes and added their own messages of sorrow and remembrance. Thais and Louise, in their grief, have become advocates, not by choice, but by necessity. They want their daughter's story to be told not just in memory of who she was, but as a warning to prevent other families from enduring the same nightmare. Their pain is still raw, and their loss incalculable. But their courage in sharing their story speaks volumes about the love they have for their little girl. No parent imagines outliving their child. It's an unthinkable pain. And yet, Thais and Louise now carry that burden. They do so with grace, holding on to the beautiful memories Milena gave them. The hugs, the smiles, the laughter, the dreams, the way she lit up a room. They cling to these as they move forward through a world that feels emptier without her. In the aftermath of her passing, friends, family, and strangers alike gathered to honor her life. Candlelight vigils were held. Messages of support flooded social media. A growing movement emerged to raise awareness about pediatric neurological health and the importance of early diagnosis. Some have even started advocating for Milena's Law, a proposed initiative to improve testing and access to neurological specialists in hospitals across Brazil. Though Milena is gone, her spirit endures. It lives in the hearts of her parents, who will never stop loving her. It lives in the memories of those she touched, even briefly. It lives in the movement her story has inspired. She was only 11, but in those short years she made a difference. There's something uniquely powerful about the light of a child. It's pure, unfiltered, full of possibility. Milena's light, though extinguished far too soon, continues to shine through the people who loved her. Her laughter, her kindness, her talent, they're not gone. They're carried forward, cherished, protected. Her story is a reminder of the fragility of life and the need for vigilance when it comes to children's health. It's a reminder of the responsibility that healthcare systems and professionals bear. And above all, it's a reminder of how deeply one small soul can impact the world.